Some say there's one path to success. We say there are many. Some say it's too expensive. We say it's within your reach. Some say this is how it's always been done. We say it's a different world. Allen Hancock College has nearly 40 career-ready programs to get you out there working and earning. Hancock Career Education. Careers start here. Visit hancockcollege.edu/CTE for more information.
Welcome in to Allen Hancock College. Your 3-2 Bulldogs opening up Pacific League play today against the Lancers of Pasadena College. CJ Silas alongside my broadcast partner and smart, sarcastic man, Irvin Kiger. Hello.
Hey, how are you doing this week,
I'm
CJ?
doing well. Neither of us were at the game in Antelope Valley last week, but you've looked at the statistics. I've read some of the stories, watched some of the video, and it looks like the Bulldogs opening up league play today are on the right path.
Well, to begin with, they gave up a 70-yard touchdown within the first 43 seconds of the ball game, and it didn't look good then, but then they proceeded to score the next 47 points. So Hancock's running game is just on power right now. They are, Whitmill had 138 yards last week. Another big week by that young man. He'll be playing somewhere else on Saturdays next year. The Hancock running game is absolutely fantastic. They're averaging 282 yards a game, and everybody is stacking the box, but Hancock's going, when you stop it, then we'll put the ball in the air.
It's interesting you mentioned the rushing game. In the Pacific League, DJ Whitmill is leading in yards per game with 94.4, and number 2, believe it or not, is a quarterback from Pasadena in Edward Norton. He has 70.2 yards rushing per game. It's 5 games in. You and I seem to have this conversation year after year. It takes Chris Dutra and his offensive staff to figure out who is going to run the ball for him in those first few games, and it looks like he has his solid answers now.
But the thing this year is he's got more than normal. He's got 4 or 5 kids that can run the ball and run it really, really well, and so consequently, it's just been nothing but just down your throat.
At this moment, we're going to take some time to listen to our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome in to Allen Hancock College. Thank you for being with us on the webcast every Saturday during the football season. Your Bulldogs are 3-2 on the year. Irvin Kiger and CJ Silas. Irvin, we were talking about rushing TDs before the national anthem and the rushing attack for the Bulldogs. Coincidentally, in the Pacific League, all 5 of the touchdown rushing leaders are here today. Number 1, Maurice Smith, has 7 touchdowns rushing. Edward Norton, the quarterback for the Lancers, is number 2. And 3 players are tied with 4 touchdowns apiece on the ground, all 3 of them Bulldogs, in Desmond Newkirk, Terrence Rayner, and Eddie Battle.
That's right, and this is just really what Hancock does year in and year out, is they run the ball and they run it and say, when you stop us, then we will go to the air. And they haven't had to do that really too much so far today, or this year.
And with the wind the way it's blowing today, it's probably going to help a game that includes a lot of rushing.
It's going to help us, too, because it's going to speed that game up.
Irvin, do you want to get out here in time to watch the American League Championship Series?
Oh, well, hey, yeah.
The Houston Astros lead that series.
I'm a Nationals fan now, though, right?
So am I, by the way. 3-2 with short rest. Game 5 was yesterday, and Game 6 will be today because of the weather in New York last week. So Irvin wants to get out of here because he wants to watch the Astros and the Yankees. The Bulldogs are wearing their all-blue uniforms and their new shiny, we love the new white helmets. The Lancers are wearing their Cardinal jersey bottoms, their white jerseys with Cardinal numbers, and their shimmering Cardinal helmets, similar to USC, their colors, for sure.
I'm just sure that at one point they were kind of like a feeder school for the Trojans.
Matt Garcia and Kurt McDonald representing the team as the captains for the coin toss, and the Lancers won the toss, so they will defer to the second half, and Qualik Davis will be back to field the punt. Also back there with him are Maurice Smith and Eddie Battle. I'm excited for this game. There's something about league action beginning. 2 years in a row, the Bulldogs have won that league.
And you know what? If they win it again this year, they're going to be moving up to the
Well,
big
they
boys.
move no matter what because it's every 3 years. But it's just where do they move?
Yeah.
Which is confusing, which we talked about in the pregame off air because it's too confusing and a little. It's a interesting way that city college football handles, community college football handles, really parity, trying to keep it fair and even throughout the colleges.
But Hancock the last 2 years have been 5-0 in league play. Last year
Exactly.
they went, 10-1 for the year?
Yes. So the Bulldogs will probably be moving up, especially if they win the next 5 games. Today, opening up league play against Pasadena. Next week, home, a 2 o'clock kick against Santa Monica. Then on the road, the 2nd of November, a 1 o'clock kick at Santa Barbara. Then L.A. Pierce at home for the closeout home, and that's Saturday, November 9th. And then on the road against Harbor to close out the regular season on the 16th. The kick is up. And it's Eddie Battle. Fields it at the 15. He's to the 20, 25, 30. Still moving at the 35. Hops over a defender. And he's got wide open field. Eddie Battle. Touchdown.
And not a flag to be seen.
75-yard kickoff return for the sophomore Eddie Battle.
Oh, that was pretty, wasn't it? He got it on that left side, cut across to the right, had a hole big enough that even I could have run it through it. If I could run.
5th touchdown of the year for the sophomore out of Henry County High School in McDonough, Georgia. And how exciting that was, not only for the sideline of the Bulldogs, but to start off that first league game with a 75-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And you saw right around the 35, he literally hurdled a defender and then found his way along the near sideline all the way into the end zone.
But
wow,
when he had nothing but grass in front of him, he turned on the afterburner then.
Woo! We just saw the speed of Eddie Battle for sure. Edgar Zacharias coming in for the point after attempt. He's 21 of 23 this year. And it is good, wind aided, sort of. And the Bulldogs are up 7-0 with just 12 seconds off the clock. We're going to take a quick timeout. Allen Hancock College Football, Irvin Kiger and CJ Silas. You are listening to Bulldog Football and Athletics.hancockcollege.edu.
American Star Trailways is much more than an average bus company. Family owned and locally operated for the past 25 years, American Star Trailways has been the local charter bus company for San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara County residents and visitors alike, providing transportation service for an afternoon, a week, or a long-term contract. American Star Trailways, making travel an enjoyable part of your experience.
Welcome back to Allen Hancock College. If you're joining us late, 12 seconds late, that is, you missed an Eddie Battle kickoff return for a touchdown, his 5th touchdown of the season. Bulldogs are up 7-0, and as Cade England comes in to kick off, the ball falls off the tee at the 35, and it looks like he might get, he's going to get an assistant to hold that ball for him. E.J. Barrera will come in and be his human tee. Back to receive. David Tellis and Andy Reyes, and it's fumbled by a couple Lancers, including Andy Reyes, out of bounds. And it's on the near sideline, and the Lancers, trailing 7-0, will take over a 1st and 10 from their own 30. Wow, what a way to energize your sideline to start off this game.
There's no doubt about that, but I'm going to tell you right now, the wind is going to play a big factor in today's game.
For sure. No question. The Lancers are led by freshman quarterback Edward Norton. His numbers are everywhere in the top of league statistics. I'm curious and interested to see this kid play. Interesting, though, he doesn't look at all like the actor Edward Norton, but maybe there is some sort of connection. We'll see. I've got all of my Edward Norton movie trivia. Hands this to Salman Gerting.
Now, see, to me, it would be more like working for the city of New York City from the Honeymooners.
Oh my gosh, Irvin! If anyone knows what you're talking about, they get a. You did. Brian Dill knew what he was talking about. You get a medal, an old man trivia medal. 8-yard gain on the run for the Lancers. It's 2nd and 2 from the 38. Norton's going to pass. He's a lefty, and he tries to get it out to Drew Pendleton, the sophomore out of Burbank High School, but it's incomplete down the near sideline.
Now, this is when Hancock really has a home field advantage because they practice in this every day. Although I think this autumn, the winds have been excessively more than they have in the years past.
I agree. On days when we have wind.
Yes.
But we're not. Yesterday it got really bad in the afternoon as well. So this is a different. When you always know it's windy up here in the press box, when Brian Dill is holding on to all the easy ups to make sure they don't blow away. It's a 3rd and 2 after the incomplete pass. Norton, the lefty, 31 of 55 this year for 426 yards passing. 1 touchdown and 1 interception.
And I don't think he made that. I think he's held short with the first down.
Yep, not enough. And it'll be a 4th down for the Lancers after a 3 and out. Pasadena will kick a punt, and Kurt McDonald will be back to receive the punt. He's only actually returned 1 punt this year for 17 yards. And he's back at the Bulldog 27. The punt is up. It's actually a nice punt. McDonald calls a fair catch at the 23, and the Bulldogs will take over.
So a quick 3 and out for the Bulldogs against the Lancers.
7-0. Here come the Bulldogs. They've got a touchdown on the board, but this is their first possession of the game. After that Eddie Battle, 75-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. They're up 7-0, and here comes Matt Garcia in the offense. The split wide receivers. One of them is Young, and on the far side, it's Lakes. DJ Whitmill gets the ball. He jumps over a defender. He finds a hole up the middle, crosses midfield. He takes a cut to the left. He's at the 35, and now he's at the 25. He's still moving, and he's finally taken down at the Pasadena 10. Wow.
He started at his own 23.
Wow. DJ Whitmill used the same move that Eddie Battle used on the kick return, literally hurdling over a defender. And now, for the Bulldogs, it's 1st and goal from the 10. Afe in motion onto the line. He gives it to Maurice Smith. He runs to the left side of the tackles. He rolls across a couple
touchdown
defenders into the end zone, and it looks like there is one official. It's a Maurice Smith touchdown, a league-leading 8th touchdown for Maurice Smith, the freshman out of Richmond Hill, Georgia. Wow. It has been quick. It took 12 seconds for the first touchdown and less than 20 for the second. And here comes Edgar Zacharias for his second point after attempt. A 10-yard touchdown run by Maurice Smith. Wow. He got a couple great blocks. He was running all the way down the middle. What a run. What a run by DJ Whitmill, and then a 10-yard run into the end zone by Maurice Smith. The Bulldogs are up 14-0. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. Community Bank of Santa Maria for Santa Maria style banking. That's what they call a home field advantage. Visit them online at yourcbsm.com or visit one of the branches located at 2739 Santa Maria Way or 1421 South Broadway in Santa Maria. Culligan has the equipment and experience necessary to serve all of your water needs, including water softening, reverse osmosis drinking water, salt-free solutions, bottle-free coolers, and water filtration systems for both residential and commercial properties. Welcome back to Allen Hancock College. The Bulldogs put another touchdown on the board. Maurice Smith runs it in from 10 yards out, and it's 14-0. The kickoff to the Lancers, fielded at the 7 by Andy Reyes, and he runs out of bounds inside the 20.
CJ, that last drive was 2 plays, 77 yards, took 32 seconds off the clock. The blocking up front, again, as it has been all year long, you got to give a lot of credit to that offensive line. They are just blocking so well.
44 seconds for the Bulldogs, 2 touchdowns, and they're up 14-0 over Pasadena. And the Lancers on the 3-and-out, their first possession. It's their second time here with the ball, and it'll be a 1st and 10 from their own 21. Edward Norton, the left-handed quarterback, calling the plays from the shotgun. Play clock is down to 12. And he keeps it, but he runs into trouble pretty quickly. And now he's still standing, but they finally whistle it, and there's probably no gain on the play.
This is what you do when you have a quarterback that runs so well and so often, is you have a spotter that goes everywhere that he goes.
64 carries this season, Irvin, for 351 yards, 5 touchdowns, and only 1 fumble. So who's spotting him? I didn't see who it was.
A Bulldog.
Is it the same one every time?
Probably.
Let's try and figure this out. I'm guessing it's Honus Wagner. That's just my guess. I have no factual evidence to prove it, but I'm going to look for it now. In motion, wide receiver. And this one again to Gurung. The sophomore at Alhambra High School has 24 carries coming into this game, 119 yards, no touchdowns.
I mean, with this wind, it's not conducive to really playing catch-up football. So what Pasadena's really going to have to do is stick to a game plan and start their running game and try to establish a running game before they do anything.
Gain of 3 on the play, 3rd and 7 for the Lancers. 11:38 remaining in the first quarter. It is, believe it or not, 14-0 Bulldogs. This time Norton wants to pass. Looking again for Pendleton, and it's incomplete. Nice defense by Kyron Smith.
And I agree with you. I watched that time, and Honus Wagner just was going everywhere that Ed Norton was going. So nice call there, Silas.
Oh, goodness. Is that the first time I've been right in 2019? Ray Young.
Maybe the second or third.
Ray Young back to receive the punt. He's inside the Bulldog 40.
Ooh, lousy punt right off
Not
the
a
side
great
of his
punt.
foot.
It bounces out at the 44. The first punt wasn't bad, but that one...
It just went right off the side of his foot.
Yep. And here come the Bulldogs. Offense is going to get tired if it continues this way.
Who's going to get tired?
The offense.
Why? They've only been out there for 2 plays.
Right, but they're going to be playing a lot. You're right. It's only been what? Did we say 48 seconds?
32
Good point.
seconds.
Good point. 30, but the first one, it wasn't even the offense. It was special teams. Good point. 1st and 10. That's why you're here. From the 45. Garcia under center. Rayner in motion. He gives it to Rayner. Ray Young, the wide receiver, was in motion towards the near side. Terrence Rayner, the ball carrier.
You know, I watch a lot of football only trying to see if I can improve my skills. And an expression I heard this week is he ran inside the chains, which I think is really interesting. So he's getting positive yardage.
I get it. I like it. This time, it's Eddie Battle, and he finds a little hole to gain about 4. So it'll be 3rd and short for the Bulldogs. They're basically using Jerome Afe, the tight end, and Johnny Aviles as their blockers on the slot. It's 3rd and 4. Smith in the backfield. It's a rolling
run.
Play option, and he gives it to Afe. He finds him at the 25, and he's tackled at the 10. And I think he was down before the ball popped out, but it could have been a little scary. Jerome Afe, only his 5th catch of the year. The sophomore out at Bartlett High School, Anchorage, Alaska.
And, I made the comment right then, run, because he could have run for a first down, but unbeknownst to me at the time, Afe was about 20 yards up the field with nobody around him.
And I had just been saying that they've been using Afe as a blocking tight end, and there he was getting a pass. 14-0 Bulldogs with the lead, 10-11 remaining here in the first quarter. And so far, Irvin, it's been domination.
Without a doubt. I mean, Hancock's only run, 5 plays offensively and one special unit play, and they're ahead 14-0, and they're knocking on the door right now.
They sure are. It's a 1st and goal from the 10 for the Bulldogs. Eddie Battle in the backfield. Blocking back is Johnny Aviles. And Garcia is going to line up under center on the first down. Enough time on the play clock. He gives it to Battle. He finds a little hole on the left side of the tackles, but only gains about 4, but that's not bad here in the red zone.
I'm a big 49er fan. I have been almost all my life. And they run a lot like the Bulldogs, and is that they quarterbacks always up underneath center for the most part, and they always have a fullback leading the play. And Chris Dutra has done that for 16, 17 years?
As long as I've been here,
yeah.
Way longer since you've been here. So much longer than me. 2nd and 7. Rayner, the ball carrier, running down the left sideline, and he's tackled just inside the 5. Andy Reyes makes the tackle for the Lancers.
I venture to think that if they do not make it on 3rd down, they will go for it on 4th, because this wind is just blowing so hard it makes it hard for the kickers. And if they don't make it, they've got Pasadena backed up.
3rd and goal from the 4. Battle.
Well, there's
Something went wrong.
I think
right from the top. The Bulldogs will take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well.
Talk about an
with Hancock
leading
14-0, 9:03 remaining in the first. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu.
American Star Trailways is much more than an average bus company. Family owned and locally operated for the past 25 years, American Star Trailways has been the local charter bus company for San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara County residents and visitors alike, providing transportation service for an afternoon, a week, or a long-term contract. American Star Trailways, making travel an enjoyable part of your experience.
Welcome back to Allen Hancock College. The Bulldogs are up 14-0 with a 3rd and goal from the 4. And Eddie Battle lining up behind Aviles, and Garcia is under center. In motion is Dutra. Battle runs into traffic.
No, I think he's short.
We're not going to be talking a lot about passing right now because of the wind, but it is kind of interesting that in the Pacific League, Edward Norton from Pasadena is number 6 in passing yards, and Matt Garcia from the Bulldogs is number 8. And Edward Norton leads the league in passes for touchdowns.
We've got a player down, too.
With 4. Looks like we have a Bulldog down. We will take an injury timeout with Allen Hancock College leading Pasadena 14-0. Irvin Kiger and C.J. Silas, you are listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu.
Home Motors Chevrolet, located at 1313 East Main Street in Santa Maria. Home Motors helps you find new roads.
Oxford Suites, located at 651 Five Cities Drive, just 1 mile from beautiful beaches. Oxford Suites offers special Allen Hancock College team rates. Culligan has the equipment and experience necessary to serve all of your water needs, including water softening, reverse osmosis drinking water, salt-free solutions, bottle-free coolers, and water filtration systems for both residential and commercial properties. Community Bank of Santa Maria for Santa Maria-style banking. That's what they call a home field advantage. Visit them online at yourcbsm.com or visit one of the branches located at 2739 Santa Maria Way or 1421 South Broadway in Santa Maria. Welcome back to Allen Hancock College as lineman Gerardo Fernandez gets helped off the field by a couple of his teammates. He's hopping with his right leg up. The freshman out of Lompoc High School. It's a fourth. You're right. It's 4th and goal, and they're going for it with Rayner in the backfield. Garcia lining up under center. Looks like Garcia's going to pass it. And he almost has a completion to Ray Young, but he can't hold on to it. Young had to dive to reach it.
Yes.
It was kind of out of his range. So on the 4th and goal, the Bulldogs cannot get a touchdown, and so in comes Pasadena with 98 yards to travel to get to their end zone. Steve Moharo is in his 2nd year as the head coach for the Lancers. They are 2-3 on the season. They lost last week to San Bernardino 20-14.
There's no shame in that. San Bernardino's got a very good team. They're 4-1 on the year.
And this is a new coach. Pasadena's gone through quite a few coaches recently, and it looks like Moharo has definitely already turned the program around a little bit. Norton on the run play, just trying to get that ball away from the end zone.
Almost like a quarterback draw then. It looked like he was, faked like he was going to go back and pass and tried to run it up the middle. I think he picked up maybe a yard or two. No, I don't think he even made a yard.
It's kind of a bummer what happened to Kansas City quarterback Patrick Mahomes on the keeper this week. That was...
Yeah, on a quarterback sneak.
Yeah. Sheesh. Yeah, keeper. Was it a sneak? It didn't seem like a usual play that a quarterback would get hurt. Usually they get hurt when they're tackled or they're scrambling in the backfield. But at least it's not anything major. David Tellis, the receiver. He has 18 catches coming into the game today for 187 yards from Franklin High School.
Picked up about 8 yards around that right side. Turned the edge.
3rd and 2 for the Lancers. We haven't seen Pasadena come here in a while. If I really remember correctly, it's been a couple years. And usually we go down there. Last year, was it the game that rained? It rained on us last year. Yes.
I thought they were here 2 years ago, and 3 years ago I went with you.
Jackie Robinson Stadium. Looks like Edward Norton gets sacked by the Bulldogs.
That play was just destined to fail. Ed Norton was in the back. He was looking downfield. There was nobody wide open. The pocket was collapsing, and he was fortunate to get back to where he did. It was about the line of scrimmage.
Will be a 4th and 2. Always a shaky place to try to punt from the end zone.
You think it's shaky? You got to be over there, over the ball right now, trying to center the ball back. It's a fake.
It's a fake, and the Bulldogs were faked out. The ball carrier is Edward Norton, and he gets all the way down the field. Wow, inside the Bulldog 25. And this is why we know that he can run.
Yes.
Wow.
67-yard run by Norton. What a perfect play to call that, a perfect time to call that, eh?
Not risky. You're down 14-0. You got nothing to lose.
But you should have noticed that Norton would be a blocking back in the back of the backfield.
Huh, yeah, interesting.
You don't have your quarterback blocking for the punter.
No, sometimes you'll have him as, like for a field goal, you'll have him as the holder.
Yeah.
And it might be a fake field goal attempt. But a punt, I mean, that's definitely something to look for. Gurung is the ball carrier. He finds a hole on the far sideline. And he's pushed out of bounds inside the 5.
Nice run by Gurung.
15-yard run for the sophomore running back. It'll be first and goal from the 3, Irvin. And this is the first time that the Pasadena offense has been a threat. And it was all because of that fake punt.
Well, the fake punt was the first time they had a first down.
Oh, that was on the Norton.
Yeah.
On the Norton sneak play. I like sneak plays like that. Even though sometimes it's going against your team, I just think it's courageous.
Oh, nice defensive play there.
Wow, what a hit.
That was E.J. Barrera, the leading sacker.
What a play.
For Hancock, playing linebacker, came up and just made a tremendous play in the backfield to throw him for a loss. And throw him for what, about a 7 or 8 yard loss?
Was that Jabari Kindle, the ball carrier that got hit? I think so. Norton passing on the near sideline. It looks like the officials say he was out of bounds, so he caught the ball. Intended to Jabari Kindle.
Yeah, Norton should have thrown that ball a little sooner.
The wind is blowing exactly that way, too.
The ball's going to carry the wind's going to carry the ball. It's almost like he shot puts it.
The ball
trying to get it there.
The ball really is.
I mean,
the ball is flying.
You're aiming is what you're doing, and you don't really want to do that.
Norton in the pistol with Gurung. In motion is Kindle. Another pass play.
Wide
this time right in the middle. And it's a touchdown for David Tellers. Tellers is the receiver. A 3-yard touchdown catch. He was wide open. 8 yards. 8 yards on the play. It's funny, I looked over the scoreboard and it said 3.
It wasn't on the 3-yard line, because remember that
Barrera
threw him for a loss.
Yep. Can't always trust the scoreboard. I gotta trust you even more, for sure. Thank you for being you, Irvin. Can we have an emotional, thankful moment? False start against the offense.
Yes,
and they'll have to reattempt the extra point.
Go for it, CJ.
Oh, I forgot what I was saying.
Thanks, Brian.
I did. I looked over the scoreboard and it said on the 3. It's hard because the hash marks are so faded on this field.
And we're not.
And I'm not trying to make an excuse. I'm just saying the hash marks on that far sideline are hard to see from here. We're not very high. Here goes the second point after attempt by Busio. He's 4 for 4 this year.
That's offside.
And wow, who was that? Goodness gracious! Kyron Smith came out of the far side and ran right behind the line of scrimmage. This time it was offsides, and now they're getting those 5 yards back. Try it again. Well, it was a high snap anyway. It actually was. This was in the Lancers' favor. Did you see how high that snap was?
No, I was just watching.
You were watching Smith playing the game all on his own. He was somewhere else. Busio, the kick's up. It's end over end, and it's good. The Lancers have put 7 up on the board with 4:37 remaining in the first quarter. Bulldogs lead at 14-7. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu.
American Star Trailways is much more than an average bus company. Family owned and locally operated for the past 25 years. American Star Trailways has been the local charter bus company for San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara County residents and visitors alike, providing transportation service for an afternoon, a week, or a long-term contract. American Star Trailways, making travel an enjoyable part of your experience.
Welcome back to Allen Hancock College. The visiting Lancers with the first touchdown of the game. An 8-yard touchdown pass from Norton to Tellis. And a couple of the special teamers for the Bulldogs on the kickoff bump into each other. And there's a fight on the field as well at the 40. Lots of flags. Lots of flags. I love how they come up and act like they had nothing to do with it. If there's two guys on the ground wrestling around, even if you didn't start it, you're in it. You're a part of it. You were there. You were right in on it. And then if you noticed, right at the 25 where the kickoff came, a couple special teamers bumped into each other.
Yeah.
But it was probably also because the wind took the ball.
Well, it bounced over his head.
Yeah, exactly. Bounced a few times. It drew it. Two personal fouls, one against the Bulldogs, one against the Lancers. The penalties will offset. Bulldogs will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 25. That's funny to me. Garcia under center. Lakes, the wide receiver. He gives it to Whitmill. He finds a hole, breaks one tackle. He's got a first down. He's still moving past the 40. It's going to take 5 Lancers to knock down DJ Whitmill at the Bulldog 47. Wow, what a run.
A 22-yard run.
That's the DJ Whitmill we saw the second half of last season.
Yes. No. The year before. He did not play last year. He was hurt.
Okay, so when we saw him last, thank you. Oh, yeah, he gray-shirted last year.
Yeah.
That's why Irvin's here, remember? Did he play in the bowl game? No. Oh. Is he no, he's gone. We had a running back. Thank you for bringing that up. We had a running back that used to do the backflip after he did something amazing. Who was it? Oh, gosh, that's going to bug me. I'm pretty sure it wasn't DJ Whitmill. Bulldogs get another first down. We're kibitzing over here, and we're missing the football on the field.
Don't worry, I've got you covered.
Bulldogs get another first down into Lancer territory. 1st and 10 from the 40. 14-7, Hancock leads at 3:39 remaining in the first. This first quarter is taking forever. DJ Whitmill. Can't even call that a tackle. He stopped for a gain of 3 yards.
Whitmill's got to be getting up there close to 90 yards so far.
Already. Second and 7 for the Bulldogs, holding on to a 7-point lead. First league game of the year for both teams. Santa Monica coming to town next week, 2 o'clock kick. Maury Smith, he literally grabbed around his waist by Robbie Kindle, the sophomore defensive lineman. Curious if he's related to the wide receiver Jabari Kindle. Kindle's not the most usual name for a last name, and they're both from the Pasadena area. You never know.
That was over the position, though, where Fernandez was playing that last play, where Kindle came in to make that tackle.
Gain of 2. 3rd and 8. This time Garcia on a pass, looking for Afe, and he overthrows him, and it's incomplete.
Nice coverage there by Pasadena. I mean, if Afe would have caught that, he would have been out of bounds. You notice, though, that Garcia, every time he's thrown the ball today, he's gotten out of the pocket. He's rolled generally to his right.
Yes. You're so observant, Irvin. That's why we keep you around. We appreciate you. It's a 4th and 8 from the Lancer.
Timeout.
38. There's a timeout on the field. Pasadena takes a timeout. And we will take a timeout as well. With 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Bulldogs lead at 14-7. You're listening to Allen Hancock Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu.
Homeowner Chevrolet, located at 1313 East Main in Santa Maria, Homeowners helps you find new roads.
Community Bank of Santa Maria for Santa Maria style banking. That's what they call a home field advantage. Visit them online at yourcbsm.com or visit one of the branches located at 2739 Santa Maria Way or 1421 South Broadway in Santa Maria.
Welcome back to Allen Hancock College. It's a 4th and 8 for the Bulldogs. Getting ready to punt. Cade England. And Reyes fields it at the 5 and steps out of bounds. Andy Reyes from Burbank High School. 5'8", 190 pounds, a sophomore for the Lancers. And here comes Edward Norton and his offense with 95 yards to go late here in the first quarter.
Was he at the 5-yard line?
Yes. First and 10 for Norton and his offense. The wind has not subsided at all. And right away he gives it to Gurung. I hope I'm saying that right. Gurung. Tackled by Barrera and Wagner. 2-yard gain on the play.
Right. I mean, so far the offense for Pasadena has been just a fake punt. Other than that,
successfully, yes.
Yeah.
That's the most success that the Lancers have had so far on offense. 2nd and 8 from the 7. A short pass play to Tellis, and he runs the entire width of the field until he is out of bounds.
Offensively, when they've run wide to the right is where they've picked up the most yards today, Pasadena.
Gain 2 on the play. Do we call that a jet sweep? I don't use the football cliches as much as other people, which is probably a good thing, but it's maybe a bad thing as well. Like when you say bubble screen, I never say that. But when you say it, I see it. I've just never been a cliche person, but there are plays that have a certain name. And that could be very well, Brian Dill, on the jet sweep. If not, your camera work was the jet sweep to me.
And there is another timeout, it looks like.
We will take a timeout as well, with the Lancers taking one with 44 seconds remaining in the first. Bulldogs up 14-7. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu.
American Star Trailways is much more than an average bus company. Family owned and locally operated for the past 25 years, American Star Trailways has been the local charter bus company for San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara County residents and visitors alike, providing transportation service for an afternoon, a week, or a long-term contract. American Star Trailways, making travel an enjoyable part of your experience.
Phone's ready.
Welcome back to Allen Hancock College. The Bulldogs lead it 14-7 with under a minute to play in the first quarter. The Lancers on the 3rd and 5. And Norton looking to pass. He finally does. Completes it to Jabari Kindle for a Lancer first down.
And Hancock's really going to have to get a little more of a sustained rush then. I mean, Norton had all the time in the world back there.
I noticed that too.
I mean, you can't ask your defensive backs to cover a receiver forever.
Mm-hmm. All right, on the 1st and 10 from the 20, the first quarter has come to an end. Bulldogs lead it 14-7. We'll take a quick timeout. Second quarter coming up for Irvin Kiger. I'm CJ Silas, and you are listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu.
American Star Trailways is much more than an average bus company. Family owned and locally operated for the past 25 years, American Star Trailways has been the local charter bus company for San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara County residents and visitors alike, providing transportation service for an afternoon, a week, or a long-term contract. American Star Trailways, making travel an enjoyable part of your experience. Home Motors Chevrolet, located at 1313 East Main Street in Santa Maria. Home Motors helps you find new roads.
Welcome in to Allen Hancock College football with one quarter of play in the books. The Bulldogs holding on to a 14-7 lead. The Lancers of Pasadena in town. Both teams starting out their first game of Pacific League action.
That last play of the first quarter, the Lancers picked up their second first down.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 20. This one, Norton keeps it. And he's tackled by Richard Goldhammer.
I mean, pickup of about 6 yards. Nice carry, 5 to 6 yards for Norton.
That's why he's the number 2 rusher in the Pacific League, the quarterback. He's like an illusionist. Second and 5. This one given to Gurung. He's tripped up by Honus Wagner.
Yeah.
He was waiting for him. He was just standing there waiting for him.
I like Wagner's nose for the ball. He tends to be around the ball a fair bit.
He knows where it is, and his energy. If you saw him at practice during the whole preseason, he was very active and vocal at practice. High energy kid. Did you even catch my illusionist reference? An Edward Norton movie? No, you didn't even catch it. Neither of you.
No.
Oh, goodness.
All I could think of was Ralphie, baby.
You're not a, what is it, cinephile? What's it, cinephile? Cinephile, is that what it's called? Oh, gee. Who is this? I have not seen him. Someone? Oh, it's number 8 on defense. Hold on a second. Norton rolling to his left. Keeps it. Finds a hole. Dives. Almost at the first down marker.
Yeah.
Dives right inside the 30. He was close.
Came back against the grain. Close. Sticks are saying it's 4th down and real short.
So there's a kid out on the field who's wearing number 6. A defensive end. The number 6 on my chart is Dylan Simons, the quarterback from Alaska. But there's someone out on the field for the Bulldogs who's wearing number 6. And now he's on the line of scrimmage. We'll see what we can do to find out who that is. Maybe someone in the press box can help us find out who number 6 is for the Bulldogs. Norton. Pass, a left-handed grab by Reyes, an incredible catch, and he's still on his feet, pushed out of bounds at the 15. What a catch. Wow. That was an Odell Beckham Jr. type catch. He pulled out, he swung out his left hand and pulled the ball in.
You know, that's something the Bulldogs have really had problems with this year is 3rd and 4th down in stopping the opposition. They really did against the home game against Citrus.
Interestingly enough, as well, if I have his number right, Irvin, that one caught by Tellis. So 7 that made that great catch. Andy Reyes is a defensive back, but also has been working on special teams, and he's the kid that made that catch. He's not even on my offensive chart. He hasn't had any plays this year. So maybe he was hurt, maybe they saved him for league season, but he has played on special teams. Interesting. Something to ponder, Irvin Kiger. Something to ponder.
I'll worry about that all night long.
Complete pass on the far side.
Norton's getting into the flow of things right now, though. I mean, it's the third pass in a row that he has completed.
And they're moving in the opposite direction now because of the quarter change, so that might be helping him.
I mean, Hancock jumping out to a quick 14-0 lead is now dwindling, and the Lancers are knocking on the door.
They sure are. It's a 3rd and 4 from the 9 for the Lancers. Norton from the shotgun, and he's in trouble. He was grabbed by his ankles by E.J. Barrera. We thought he was down, but he got the pass off. It was incomplete, but he prevented the sack, and here comes the field goal unit.
You know,
wow, that was...
I'm not so sure I'm fond of that sort of thing. Once he's in the grasp like that, sometimes I think he
should have just gone down,
yeah.
Or they would call him down.
Yes, that's what they should call him down, I should think. I don't want to see a kid get hurt.
No, you don't. On the 4th down. And it's a fake field goal. And he fumbles it inside the 5, and the Bulldogs recover it. And it was E.J. Barrera that picked it up, and he's still running inside the 30. E.J. Barrera. Wow, a fake field goal by the Lancers, recovered inside the 5 by E.J. Barrera, and he runs it the entire length of the football field, and the Bulldogs with their 3rd touchdown of the game.
And that's the 2nd defensive touchdown that the Bulldogs have had this year.
And it's the 2nd fake play that the Lancers have attempted, but
yes.
It's the first one that failed. Wow. 95-yard touchdown on the fumble recovery by freshman E.J. Barrera out of Grand Junction Central High School in Colorado. The kid has 3 sacks this season.
Yeah, he's the leading sack. He has more sacks than anybody else on the Bulldogs so far this year. He's had a good year.
What a play. And the extra point attempt is up, and it's good. As you were just saying, the Lancers were knocking on the door to put up a score.
Right.
They were trailing 14-7, and all of that on the fake field goal attempt turns, and now it's 21-7. Bulldogs with the lead. We're going to take a quick timeout. You are listening to Hancock Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. Community Bank of Santa Maria for Santa Maria style banking. That's what they call a home field advantage. Visit them online at yourcbsm.com or visit one of the branches located at 2739 Santa Maria Way or 1421 South Broadway in Santa Maria. Culligan has the equipment and experience necessary to serve all of your water needs, including water softening, reverse osmosis drinking water, salt-free solutions, bottle-free coolers, and water filtration systems for both residential and commercial properties. Welcome back to Allen Hancock Football. Wow, what a play. E.J. Barrera on a fumble at the 5-yard line runs the entire length of the field for a 95-yard touchdown, his first touchdown as a Bulldog. Because he plays special teams and defense.
three plays today really stick out. Number 1, it was the kickoff return by Eddie Battle. Number 2 was the fake punt where Norton went 60-plus yards. And now this one, E.J. Barrera going 95 yards for a defensive touchdown for the Bulldogs.
21-7, they lead it. Kate England in for the kick. The wind is still swirling in Santa Maria, California. Thanks for being here, Irvin Kiger and CJ Silas. A nice kick, fielded, drop, actually he didn't field it. He let it bounce in the end zone. It'll be a touchback for the Lancers.
You wonder what the psyche is going to be for the Lancers right now because of the fact that they were knocking on the door.
They were in the red zone,
They
yes.
thought that, it could easily be 14-14,
right,
and all
right.
of a sudden you're down 14 points right away.
And they were down 14 in the first quarter, came back with a touchdown, and were closing in on coming within one or tying it.
In Hancock's defense, though, they played that fake field goal pretty well.
We have a new quarterback in for the Lancers, Cade Wentz, San Marino High School freshman, calling the plays now. 1st and 10 from the 25. Quick pass play on the far sideline to Pendleton. And he stays in bounds. The complete pass.
Yeah, Wentz on the year is 33 of 58 for about 57%, averaging only 3.4 yards per catch. So he tends to throw the shorter ball where Norton's going to throw it longer for the Lancers.
7-yard gain on the catch by Pendleton. It's a 2nd and 3. Wentz from the shotgun. He's rolling, keeps it, dives across the 40 for a Lancer first down. He's carried the ball 34 times this year for a touchdown and 110 yards. They do have 3 quarterbacks that they've used so far this season, Pasadena. All freshmen. It's a first down from the 40.
That's something that's not really uncommon with junior college football, is the fact that a lot of times,
quarterbacks.
Yeah, and a lot of times kids will transfer, go to, because you can transfer to another school.
And interestingly enough, they have a new running back in that's working with Wentz in Darnell Williams. And he's got the ball. He carries it for the first time today. That's interesting. So, new quarterback and a new weapon.
Pick up about 3 yards.
9:03 remaining in the first half. 21-7 Bulldogs with the lead. Excuse me.
No, you're fine. Defensively, though, Hancock really wants to shut them down now. You've just scored. You don't want to come back and give up a score right afterwards.
2nd and 7 from the 43. Reyes in motion. On the reverse, they give it to Kindle.
Nice
and he
defensive
play. Loses a few yards. Loss of 2. It's now a 3rd and 9 for the Lancers, trailing by 14 here in the first half. Wentz from the shotgun. He's going to pass. And it's complete to Pendleton on the far side. And it looks like they've got a first down, Irvin. He's still on his feet. Not easy to get that kid down. Wow.
Pickup of a first down for the Lancers. 3rd and long. They converted.
7:37 ticking on the clock in the first half. Ball's on the Bulldog 49.
You know, the Lancers so far this year have only converted on 32% of the 3rd down plays, so they're doing well today.
This time, Krung, the ball carrier. One-yard gain on the play.
The Lancers are picking up the tempo a little bit here now.
There's a flag Yeah, it looks like it was a false start against the offense. Yep. It was. Now it's a 2nd and 15.
Intercepted.
Pass is intercepted by the Bulldogs right at the 45-yard line.
But Boney, he fell to his knees when he caught the ball, so the play is automatically dead right there.
They're talking about it. There might be a penalty on the field.
It looks like it could be. The way everybody's walking, it looks like it's going to be against the Bulldogs.
After the interception or before? Here we go. We'll find out. It's pretty far back. (21-7) Bulldogs in the lead. 6:24 remaining in the first half, and it is against the Bulldogs.
I think it's going to be pass interference.
And it looks like the defense is staying on the field, Irvin, so that will not be an interception.
Pass interference.
Yep, they're calling it pass interference.
15 yards from the previous spot.
First down.
Wow, they're running the ball all the way back to the Bulldog 38-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Lancers. So there's a wide receiver. I don't know if you see him. The wide receiver on the near side for the Lancers. He was talking to the sideline. Jovante Clayton was having a lot of words with the Bulldog sideline. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I did not.
Pointing. He could have been talking to the line judge, but he was talking a lot, and he kept pointing. So, yeah, it definitely. But there was a conversation going on, but I couldn't see who it was that he was talking to.
A lot of times they will ask it to make sure that they're not offsides.
It was a longer conversation than that, though, so that's why it made me think something was going on.
Were you having dinner afterwards?
A pitch to Tellis. And Tellis is ran out of bounds by Seth Mataisi. And it looks like it might be a Lancer first down, or yep, it is. It's a Lancer first down.
Trent Kimmel came up then to make the tackle, almost had it. Unfortunately, allowed the running back to turn that corner and get up the field and pick up another first down for the Lancers.
Something strange was going on. Did you see that? There was some confusion on the offensive line. And let's see what the official calls it. Delay a game against the Lancers. Yeah, the confusion delayed it, caused them to not get the playoff in time, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. So instead of a 1st and 10 from the 28, it'll be a 1st and 15 from the 33. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. It's 21-7 Bulldogs.
And with the Lancers not huddling, you thought that they would have been a little quicker.
But there was confusion. Wentz has time. Now he's rolling. He's in trouble. He does get a pass off to and completely open in the end zone, Justin Campbell.
And that's got to be a broken coverage because there was nobody around.
Nobody. Not one. I did not see a blue jersey within 15, 20 feet of him. Justin Campbell, his first touchdown this season for the Lancers. The freshman out of Rosemead High School, a 33-yard touchdown catch. And now it's 21-13 Bulldogs. Bracamonte Bucio coming in to attempt the extra point. And there's a whistle. And that'll be false start against the offense. They'll have to move the extra point back 5 yards. That moves them back 5 yards. He's 5 for 5 this season on extra points, including one earlier today. And the kick is up. And it's good. 21-14. Your Bulldogs have the lead with 5:29 remaining in the first half. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu.
American Star Trailways is much more than an average bus company. Family owned and locally operated for the past 25 years. American Star Trailways has been the local charter bus company for San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara County residents and visitors alike, providing transportation service for an afternoon, a week, or a long-term contract. American Star Trailways, making travel an enjoyable part of your experience.
Welcome back to Bulldog Football. I found out, I was confused, who was wearing number 6 for Allen Hancock on defense. Quentin Faison, who normally wears number 26, is wearing number 6 today. Oh my goodness, it was an onside kick. Unexpected. Another
No, it
surprise.
wasn't an onside kick. He kicked it. It hit the Bulldog.
No, it was low. It was almost bouncing when it hit the Bulldog.
That's because he doesn't want to put the ball in the air.
So you don't think it was a planned onside kick? It was just a mistake. All right. And it hit a Bulldog, but it looks like Allen Hancock recovered it. Wow. Pretty much everything is happening that we haven't seen all season today. And everything that could go weird, not wrong, but weird.
Time of year.
Yes. Oh, it's close to Halloween. That's Brian Dill could be right. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Battle the ball carrier. It was a 1st and 10 from the Lancer 44. He gained maybe 2, 1.5 yards on the play. Bulldogs had a lot of high positive energy in the first quarter, and then it's kind of gone a little bit to a lull.
You can feel a little more tension now than you could earlier in the game.
It's 21-14. 2nd.
Yes.
And 9. Garcia is going to pass, and it's complete to Young on the far sideline, and it's a Bulldog touchdown, a Bulldog first down. Ray Young, the receiver, had 14 catches coming into the game for 106 yards, his first catch of the day.
What I liked about that, though, is Garcia got the ball and threw the ball right away.
And it was right in the numbers for Young.
Yes.
1st and 10. From the Lancer, 28. Garcia under center. He's got Battle in the backfield, and he is the ball carrier. Tackled by Darren Myers.
Defensively, it seems like Pasadena's picking it up on the running plays. They're starting to hit a little harder than they were earlier in the game.
And there is a Lancer down on the field. We'll take a quick timeout with the Bulldogs up 21-14 and 3:59 remaining in the first half. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu.
Community Bank of Santa Maria for Santa Maria style banking. That's what they call a home field advantage. Visit them online at yourcvsm.com or visit one of the branches located at 2739 Santa Maria Way or 1421 South Broadway in Santa Maria.
Welcome back to Bulldog Football. The injured Lancer walked off the field on his own. 2nd and 7. Garcia gives it to Rayner.
Nowhere to go.
What a tackle by Hector Palacios. Palacios leads the Pacific Lead in sacks, Irvin, with 7.5 sacks. And number 3 on the list with 5 sacks is also a Lancer, Craig Francois.
Yeah, their two outside linebackers have done really well this year.
No gain on the play. 3rd and 7. Garcia on the pitch to Battle. He's pushed out of bounds. Maybe he gained a couple yards. Bulldogs have 2 timeouts remaining. And the Lancers have no timeouts remaining here in the first half. And we're going to see a field goal attempt on the 4th and 5. Edgar Zacharias coming in. He's 3 for 8 in field goals.
It'd be at 39.
And as long as it's 38. The wind could help him a little bit on this one. Kicks up. It's got the distance. And it's good. Zacharias, with his 4th field goal of the season, put the Bulldogs up 24-14. You are listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. Culligan has the equipment and experience necessary to serve all of your water needs, including water softening, reverse osmosis drinking water, salt-free solutions, bottle-free coolers, and water filtration systems for both residential and commercial properties. Oxford Suites, located at 651 Five Cities Drive, just 1 mile from beautiful beaches. Oxford Suites offers special Allen Hancock College team rates. Cade England in to kick off for the Bulldogs. He'll be assisted by E.J. Barrera with the hold because of the wind. He's the human T, I like to call him that. Bulldogs are up 24-14 after a 39-yard Edgar Zacharias field goal. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. That is a nice kick. End over end. Reyes fields it at the 5. Crosses the 10. He cuts the field. Fumbles it at the 17, but it's recovered by a Lancer, and there's a flag on the field.
I think somebody was hit from behind right here on this sideline. I think they'll move the ball back even further for the Lancers. I mean, you watch some football games, and every kickoff and punt, there's a flag.
Something. It's true. Do you think they'll ever get rid of kickoffs in the NFL? It's been talked about over the past few years. It hasn't happened.
I mean, it's an exciting play when you see like the first play that happened today.
Yes.
But what their concern is that there's a lot of blindside hits. A lot of people get hurt. I mean, when I was in high school and I was playing, I was on the kickoff team one time. Some guy just nailed me. I never saw him at all.
Yeah.
Must have called that flag off.
1st and 10 from the 17. Wentz, the quarterback, keeps it. 3-4 gain on the play. Just about 2 minutes left here in the first half. Pacific League action. First game of league season here for both teams.
Woo!
David Tellis gets pummeled by Honus Wagner.
Yeah, he pretty hard. He tattooed him.
Wow. Hancock will use one of its last 2 timeouts with a 10-point lead, 1:50 remaining in the first half. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu.
American Star Trailways is much more than an average bus company. Family owned and locally operated for the past 25 years, American Star Trailways has been the local charter bus company for San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara County residents and visitors alike, providing transportation service for an afternoon, a week, or a long-term contract. American Star Trailways, making travel an enjoyable part of your experience.
Home Motors Chevrolet, located at 1313 East Main Street in Santa Maria. Home Motors helps you find new roads.
Welcome back to Allen Hancock College, Santa Maria, California. The Bulldogs lead at 24-14. with 1:50 remaining. One timeout left for the Bulldogs. The Lancers don't have any more timeouts here in the first half. It's a 3rd and 7 for Pasadena. Wentz in the shotgun. He wants to pass. It's deflected by Barrera. Barrera's everywhere today. I mean, we say his name a bit, but today he's got 14 tackles, 7 assists, and 3 sacks coming into the game. Next week we're going to be talking about his first touchdown.
He is quick.
He sure is.
There's no doubt about it. He's really quick.
Grand Junction Central High School in Colorado. 4th and 7. Punting team in. Ray Young back to receive it. The punter just gets it off. It bounces at the 48 and rolls out of bounds at the 45. Bulldogs will take over with 1.5 minutes remaining in the first half. You've got a 10-point lead. How hard do you work to get into the end zone with this last minute and a half?
You'll probably run a couple plays. If you pick up some yardage, then you're going to start thinking about points. But the last thing you want to do is turn the ball over. I mean, mind you, you've got a short field.
1st and 10 from the 45. Garcia gives it to Whitmill. He's moving. He got a first down, crosses midfield. Wow, DJ Whitmill. What a day.
And they'll stop the clock because they're going to have to move the chains.
Yep, it's a first down.
So the Bulldogs, if they want to think about points, have got to start moving a little more. The clock is ticking, 1:19 and counting.
This could be his best first half of his Hancock career. Whitmill.
That's true.
1st and 10 from the Lancers 42. Garcia under center. Almost sacked. Nice move to get away from the lineman. And he's looking for Ray Young, but the pass is incomplete. Someone is hurt.
Looks like he's...
A Lancer might have a cramp.
Or a hammy.
Oh, ooh. He's probably... Yep, the trainers ran on the field. Hector Palacios, one of their best defenders. That would be a rough loss for the Lancers for the second half. Best to take him off, give him a little rest before the second half begins. Under a minute to play. It's a 2nd and 10 now on the incomplete pass. Yeah, he might have just cramped up. Can't lose a guy like that.
You got to let the kid get off the field before you run a play, though. He
just crosses the sideline. All right, now they're getting ready. Yeah, and there was a judge. There was an official in there that wasn't going to let him. He was standing right over the ball. 2nd and 10. Garcia wants to pass down the field, and it's caught. Is that Michael Dutra? Michael Dutra makes the catch laying down, but there's a flag, and it looks like it's a defensive pass interference. What a catch by Dutra, the tight end out of Napomo. He hasn't had much action, only 2 catches this year, but Michael Dutra, after getting touched up a bit by the defender, catches a ball laying down. Is that what I saw?
Yeah. Let's see what the flag is, though. You never know.
Oh, well, looks like they're lining him up down there. It's got to be against the Lancers. First down for the Bulldogs.
The Dutra family out of Napomo. I went to school with a lot of them, and
yep,
there's a ton of them.
Pass interference penalty is declined. 51 seconds on the clock. 1 timeout left for the Bulldogs on a 1st and goal from the 5. And battles in the backfield. Garcia under center. He gives it to Battle. He finds a hole. He's pushing his way through the middle.
Timeout.
And he doesn't get into the end zone, but he does gain a few yards. Staff and students on the sideline getting ready for their big football game. They have a flag football game.
You've got to hurry. There's 25 seconds and counting.
Play clock still running. 2nd and goal. This one to Whitmill. He finds a hole and walks into the end zone. DJ Whitmill, a 2-yard touchdown run with just 15 seconds remaining in the second quarter. You were right. The play clock and the game clock were right at 25. when that play started. And DJ Whitmill, a 2-yard touchdown run. It's now 30-14 Bulldogs. Zacharias coming in for his extra point attempt. He's got 3 today and a field goal. This one's up. Distance is good, and so is the kick. It's a 31-14 score with 14 and a half seconds remaining here in the first half. You are listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. Oxford Suites, located at 651 Five Cities Drive, just 1 mile from beautiful beaches. Oxford Suites offers special Allen Hancock College team rates.
Homeowner Chevrolet, located at 1313 East Main in Santa Maria, Homeowners helps you find new roads.
Welcome back to Allen Hancock College in Santa Maria, California, where the Bulldogs, on a DJ Whitmill 2-yard touchdown run, goes up 31-14 on the Lancers of Pasadena with 14.9 seconds remaining in the first half. And the kick is up. And it's going to be fielded in the end zone. And it's a touchback for the Lancers. They may have time for a play or two. Who was that? Was that 7? Reyes?
What are you talking about?
In the end zone. The kid who caught the
I think it was, yeah.
Okay. First and 10 from the 25. No timeouts remaining for the Lancers.
Keep everybody in front of you. Do not let anybody get behind you in the defensive backs.
Can't get lazy right now.
No. Pasadena will get the ball first in the second half, so.
On the option, Williams, the ball carrier, takes 7 seconds off the clock. It's a first down for the Lancers.
They'll stop the clock to move the chains.
Just enough to move the chains. It looks like they're going to let the clock wind down. The first half of play is in the books. Your Bulldogs lead at 31-14 for Irvin Kiger. I'm CJ Silas. We will be back with your first half statistics coming up. Once again, your score here at halftime, 31-14, Bulldogs in the lead. Thanks for listening to the webcast and watching us here from Allen Hancock College. You are listening and watching at athletics.hancockcollege.edu.
Welcome back to Allen Hancock College, where the Bulldogs at halftime lead the Pasadena Lancers 31-14. Some stats for you real quick. Probably the first time this year we'll see this, and the only time Pasadena actually outrushed the Bulldogs. 152 yards for Pasadena, 151 for the Bulldogs. Through the air, 136 for the Lancers, 82 for the Bulldogs. Total yards, 288 yards for the Lancers, 233 for the Bulldogs. Some individual stats. Wentz was 4 of 6 for 50 yards and 1 touchdown. Norton, 8 of 12 for 86 yards and 1 touchdown. Though they're both quarterbacks for Pasadena. On the ground, Wentz carried the ball twice for 11 yards. Edward Norton, the quarterback, 6 times for 81 yards. The big one was that fake punt. And Garung 7 times for 34 yards. For the Bulldogs, Garcia 3 of 6 for 82 yards, no touchdowns. And on the ground, Smith 3 times 22 yards. Eddie Battle 7 times for 17 yards. Terrence Rayner 3 times for 5 yards. And Whitmill, as CJ predicted, the best half he's had this year, 5 times for 107 yards. Back to you, CJ. So the Bulldogs, as I said, were outrushed primarily because they gave up that fake punt for 60-plus yards.
The wind's still blowing here in Santa Maria. Kate England getting ready to kick off. David Tellis and Andy Reyes back to receive the kick. Bulldogs up 31-14. Welcome back. Hopefully you didn't watch too much of that faculty student football game. But if you did,
sorry.
I did play for my first 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, you were a good trooper.
Oh my goodness. Oh, just as Kate England's about to kick off, the ball comes off the tee, so here comes E.J. Barrera in.
Before we go any further, you asked about my daughter. Her and her husband are listening to the game today. I just want to say hello to Hannah. Miss you very much and love you, sweetie. They live in Texas.
Wow, hello. And you are getting ready to celebrate a birthday.
Yes, I am. Don't forget that, sweetheart.
The kick is up. He's talking to you, Hannah.
Yeah, the
ball bounces in the end zone for a touchback. You share a birthday with Charles Summer, who's one of our other play-by-play announcers and also the stadium announcer here at Allen Hancock Football.
Yes, we do.
He does other sports as well on campus. He's a swim coach where at Lompoc High School?
No, he's the aquatic swim coach for the city of Lompoc.
Got it.
A few years difference, though, in our age.
I guess, yeah. Your birthday falls on the opening night of the World Series this year.
My only disappointment is that the Giants aren't there.
My brother Tony's birthday is Tuesday as well. 1st and 10 from the 25, and there's a flag before anything happens behind the line of scrimmage. I think Edward Norton is back in as the play caller. It's funny we call them the play caller because he's really not. Someone else gives him the play.
That's correct.
He's the signal caller. He's the quarterback. They're trailing by 17.
That touchdown, that last touchdown for the Bulldogs was big.
It sure was. 2-3 is the Lancers' record coming into this game. Bulldogs are 3-2. Salmon Garung, the ball carrier. He gets near midfield for a Pasadena first down.
You can definitely tell that autumn is here.
The wind is not dying down today. First and 10. Norton wants to pass. He's got someone downfield, but it's almost intercepted by Seth Mataisi.
Mataisi actually became the offensive player there, where the intended receiver went up and knocked the ball down from Mataisi.
Finally got his name right. We did. We finally did, Irvin.
Are we sure it's still correct?
No, we are. It is, yes. Yes. The confirmation is from the name pronunciation heavens. 2nd and 10. This time, Tellis with the ball, and there might be a flag on the play, and there is a Lancer down. I can't see who that is rolling around on the turf.
If Tellis ever turns that corner and heads upfield, he's going to be hard to bring down.
He's fast.
Really quick.
The sophomore out of Franklin High School in Los Angeles, 5'9", 160. And there's an injured Lancer on the field. We'll take a quick timeout with 14:09 remaining in the third. It's 31-14, Bulldogs in the lead. Oh, well. Okay, we're not going to take a timeout because he just jumped up. That was a miracle. That was a miracle. Gene Carlos Paz walks off on his own. Actually joins his offense and comes back on the
field. No, he's got to go off the field.
I'm kidding. Third and 6. Norton knew right away he was keeping it, and he found a hole up the middle, and he's being chased down the field, and he's tackled at the 22 by Kurt McDonald. There was no plan in place besides him running. The minute he got the hold of that snap, he was running.
That's got to put him over 100 yards. He had 81 yards at halftime.
Looks like he might be hurt.
He's holding his right shoulder, it looks like. Did he fall on his shoulder?
Got tackled by on that side of his body, grabbed by Kurt McDonald. He's walking off the field, but he's definitely shaken up a bit. It's a first down for the Lancers. Nobody. They didn't reset the timeouts on the scoreboard. So 1st and 10 for Pasadena. Wentz from the shotgun. Throwing it on the far sideline. It's batted away. What a play. Wow. Trent Kimmel gets his hand up the air and bats that ball like a volleyball player. It did. That was a kill. He gets the credit for a kill. Kimmel's 6'2", 190, and he used all of his height and body for that.
Well, he did the right thing, though, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
If he couldn't intercept it, just make sure that they can't
get
catch
it away. Yeah, but that was for reals.
What's wrong now?
There's an official timeout. Someone's talking to one of the officials on the sideline. The line judge having a conversation with one of the Bulldog staff members. And there might be a warning. Looks like there might be a warning. Yep, there's going to be a warning. Danny. Somebody on the sidelines chirping at the line judge, and so the official is having a chat with Chris Dutra. Something was going on. Or he was too far down the field, maybe. He was out extended from
Danny,
where the kids can stand.
The trainer.
I'm not sure what. We're not really sure. Wentz holds the ball. He has 34 carries coming in with 110 yards and a running touchdown. The freshman quarterback out of San Marino High School in L.A.
He only had 11 yards in the first half on 2 carries.
It's a 3rd and 5. Nobody knows what happened on the sideline, so the athletic director headed over to find out what went on. Pass intercepted in the end zone. Intercepted. Kyron Smith. His second interception of the year. The Macon County High School product. The freshman. He had a big play a couple weeks ago, I think in our last, might have been the game at West LA, but I remember Kyron Smith having a big play. And there's another big play by the defensive back. And the Bulldogs.
You know what makes that play even more exciting is the fact that he was looking right back into the sun.
It was a great play.
It was a very good play.
1st and 10 from the 25. Bulldogs' first offensive possession of the second half.
What is going on?
Oh goodness, there's definitely there are a lot of whistles. A lot of whistles. Something against the Bulldogs because they're walking backwards. Irvin, I didn't even see a flag.
Well, when they broke the huddle, then number 5 came running out on the field.
Whitmill wasn't. Oh, they had the ball placed at the wrong spot. That's what happened. So it wasn't a penalty or any mistakes by the Bulldogs. Now 1st and 10 from the 20.
What's better? What's better than starting 1st and 5?
Too bad they caught that, right?
Yeah.
Whitmill Jr. gains 2 yards.
Oh.
(31-14) Bulldogs with the lead and the ball.
Since that first quarter, Pasadena has tended to really, the defensive line is just really blocking the middle. They're bringing so many people into the box.
They're clogging it.
Yeah, there's too many people to block.
There was a 5-yard gain on the carry by Smith. 3rd and a short 5 or long 4. I think it was a long 4. DJ Whitmill with the ball again. And he can't get anything. Drew Pendleton.
It's 1st down.
Wow, wait. Well, blinded by the light. All right.
Who wrote that?
That was awesome. Who?
Bruce Springsteen.
Wow. I was blinded by the light. It's a 1st and 10 from the 31. Garcia gives it to Smith.
Smith went off that left side, picked up about 3 yards.
31-14 Bulldogs with the lead, 10:45 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Bulldogs home next week, taking on the Corsairs of Santa Monica, where I went to school. I learned how to do this at Santa Monica, so I don't know what that means. I used to sit in the stands in my teen years in Santa Monica and practice.
Your teen years?
Yeah, 18, 19, when I was before I went to Syracuse.
But about what time of the year? When was this?
A long
81.
time ago. A long time ago, Irvin. You stop it. I've been doing this for 31 years, so it was longer ago than that. It's when I was practicing my play-by-play as a Corsair. Wow.
Oh, nice.
Johnny Aviles.
Good.
Or Aviles with a reception. His 2nd of the season. The freshman at El Paso High. Not enough for a 1st down. It'll be a 4th and 1. And here comes the Bulldog kicking team, Cade England.
We used to go down and at the Santa Monica Stadium, and one thing I really liked was the crown on the field. If you stood on one side and you looked across the field, you could only see them from the waist up because the center of the field came up.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah.
My biological father played football there with Marv Marinovich, believe it or not, years ago.
Crazy Marv?
Yeah, they were. Yeah. Cade England with the punt. Reyes set to field it, lets it bounce at the 25, and it rolls out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
When we were going down there was a couple of wide receivers, I think, that played for the Bengals that had gone
Oh, wow.
through
my brother and sister both went to Santa Monica High School. And I didn't go for long enough to get an AA degree. I just went for a couple sportscasting classes on the side of what I was doing because I had never done football play-by-play. So I went and sat in the stands. I made these same similar charts that I do here for Hancock, and wow, the improvement's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Lancers, trailing by 17.
We would go down and do a game, and there'd be about 30 kids all with charts like that.
So Santa Monica will be here next week, 2 o'clock kickoff. And then on the road at Santa Barbara for a 1 o'clock game. Then back here on November 9th for L.A. Pierce at 1 o'clock, the final game of the home season, regular season. And then at Harbor on Saturday the 16th at 3 o'clock, all right here for you on the webcast. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wentz tripped up, but he holds it, decides to run, and he's tackled by E.J. Barrera. E.J. Barrera is so far the player of the game, no question.
And such a nice tackle.
Then he ran over to the sideline to talk to Coach Seth Damron for a minute.
Brings up a 3rd and about 5.
He gained 5 yards on the quarterback keeper. So we'll see if Ed Norton, the starting quarterback, comes in back into the game.
Well, the way he was flexing his throwing shoulder, I would really kind of...
Wentz is in trouble. He fumbles it, and it's live. Let's see who recovers it. Honus Wagner was in there on the hit. Trent Kimmel was also there, part of the tackle. And it looks like
it was recovered by Santa Monica, and they're going to punt.
The running back, Salman Gurung, recovered the fumble. It bounced for a while. It's a 4th and 16. Punting team is in. Almost dropped the snap. Short punt. Bounces at the 37. It gets a Pasadena roll all the way to the Bulldog 40. Wow.
What an ugly punt.
That was like a 26-yard roll. Wow. It doesn't look like it's the same two teams that played in the first half. It's been kind of a messy first 8 minutes here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs with a 17-point lead, up 31-14. 7-11 on the clock. Garcia under center. Gives it to Rayner. He had a little chat with Terrence Rayner before he went up to the line of scrimmage. And Rayner gains 2.
Right. I mean, Santa Monica, what they're doing is they're bringing about 9 people within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage.
So should he pass?
Well,
knowing that there's only 2 guys out there defending the pass? I don't know. It was a really serious question.
You got 5 people on the line. You got 3 linebackers right there.
Kajon Lakes is on the sideline, and he's the Bulldogs' #1 receiver. Ray Young's been the receiver lining up most of the game today.
Well, he actually has more receptions than anybody, Ray Young, right?
Coming into the game, Kajon Lakes was the second number 2 receiver in yards per game and the number 2 receiving touchdown player for 3 in the league, but I don't have the Bulldog running stats for the season in front of me. I think Kajon Lakes was the leader on the team. Today, no. Garcia in trouble, and he goes down. He's sacked. He tried so hard to keep on his feet, and he was sacked all the way back at the 35. You thought he'd gotten up and made it, but he got tripped up. And there's a flag on the play after the play.
Boom.
Did he have some words with the officials after the play? Looks like they're talking about it. But there were 2 flags thrown right by the spot where Garcia was sacked. .5:43 remaining here in the third. Neither team has used a timeout. It's 31-14 Bulldogs, looking for their first win in Pacific League play. Haven't lost a game in the Pacific League 2 years?
The last few years they were 5-0.
Yep. Won the American Bowl championship last year and lost it the year before. 2 years in a row hosting a bowl game.
Blue 10, 15 yards on the spot.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the quarterback, Matt Garcia. A 15-yard penalty. So the 4th and 15-ish is going to turn into about 4th and 30.
Yeah. 4th and forever.
4th and long. Cade England in to punt for the Bulldogs. David Tellis set at the Lancer 41. Punts up. Tellis gets it but drops it at the 43, picks it up and starts running, and he's tackled quickly.
At about the 48-yard line of Pasadena.
Shaden Mamore with the tackle. The freshman out of Pearl City High School in Hawaii. First and 10, Lancers from their own 48.
Lataisi is sitting on the sidelines.
And it looks like Cade Wentz is still the quarterback. We haven't seen Ed Norton return to the game after getting hurt on that keeper earlier in this second half. It's a little collateral beauty for the Lancers.
Another movie reference.
Oh gosh, please tell me somebody out there is following me. Somebody. Bueller. 2nd and 7. Wentz runs it. He gets a first down, crosses the 40, dives across the 35, where he's tackled by Trent Kimmel for a Pasadena first down.
And the quarterbacks today have been fairly open when it comes to just, taking the ball and running upfield. I thought early in the game that Hancock did a really nice job, but they've tended to back off from that right now. Nobody's really spotting the quarterback.
First and 10. Wentz wants to pass. He's going deep. There is a flag on the play, and it's incomplete. Great coverage by the Bulldogs.
It's going to be holding on the right tackle of Pasadena.
Kurt McDonald was there. And Trent Kimmel. And I think Qualik Davis. Those were the three defenders. He threw into triple coverage. So, penalty against the Lancers. That'll take them all the way back near midfield. It'll be a first and 25 from the 49 of Bulldog. It looks longer than that. Oh my goodness. I can't count.
A long way. How about that?
Yeah, it's very long. Wentz gives it to Williams. Tackled by Goldhammer.
Pickup of about 3 yards.
That's not going to be enough.
No.
3:44 remaining in the third quarter. 31-14. Bulldogs in the lead, looking for their first win of the Pacific League season. 3-2 overall record coming in. Windy. The press box is actually moving. High snap on the play action. Looking to get Jovante Clayton, but it's incomplete.
Clayton had a bit of separation. He was beyond the defender, but unfortunately went through the ball out of bounds.
Third and so many yards, I can't count. 21? Looks like, yeah. Complete pass right near the original line of scrimmage for the Lancers. It won't be enough for a first down, and here comes the punting team.
So the ball is placed at about the 36-yard line of
the Bulldogs.
Hancock College.
Just a couple yards short of the original line of scrimmage. 4th and 12.
Hancock does not have anybody back to receive the punt.
It rolls out of bounds at the 13. It's been a quiet third quarter from offenses.
Yes, it has.
Lots of whistles, but not a lot of offense.
And it's taken forever.
.237 ticking on the clock in the third quarter. Bulldogs defense coming to the sideline, congratulating each other on a nice set of downs. And there's a timeout on the field. The Bulldogs will take one. We will take one as well with 2:31 remaining in the third. Bulldogs up 31-14. You are listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu.
American Star Trailways is much more than an average bus company. Family owned and locally operated for the past 25 years. American Star Trailways has been the local charter bus company for San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara County residents and visitors alike, providing transportation service for an afternoon, a week, or a long-term contract. American Star Trailways, making travel an enjoyable part of your experience.
Welcome back to Santa Maria, California, home of the Allen Hancock College Bulldogs, leading the Lancers of Pasadena College 31-14. And the Bulldogs take over 1st and 10 from their own 15. Smith gets hit, but he doesn't go down. It was a hard hit, and he stayed on his feet.
For the most part, so far this quarter, it's just been between the 30s, hasn't it?
Really has.
I mean, nobody's really threatened.
He gained 3 on the play. It'll be a 2nd and 7 after the Smith run. It is so windy that Cade England's practicing his kicking into a net that keeps falling down. This one is Whitmill. Oh, and he's clocked.
Hogtied.
Wow. What does that mean?
What, hogtied?
Yeah.
You always grab the hog around the neck.
Oh, my gosh. I can't even think of that. That's old school, right? Is that old school? Because it's pigskin? Is that all? It's all in the same genre? Is that like the Honeymooners? Irvin, why don't you laugh out loud? People think that you don't think I'm funny because you have a quiet laugh.
Ralphie, baby.
You laugh like this. No one knows you're laughing at me.
I'm just happy I'm breathing.
3rd and 6. Garcia with a complete pass to Young. And they are not blowing a whistle. And they are dragging, his Bulldogs are dragging him by his jersey all the way across the 45.
You know, I spent
wow.
I spent 8.5 years living in Australia. That was a real scrum like there, wasn't it?
It sure was. A 26-yard pass reception. 6 to 8 of those yards were assisted by some of the offense, dragging Ray Young down the field. First down, Bulldogs. Under a minute to play here in the 3rd. Wow.
Ray Young, you know, he's in the middle and he's got forces on each side of him pushing in opposite directions.
He was like Stretch Armstrong. Remember that toy? You'd grab it with your sister or brother and you'd pull and you'd cross the room and he never ripped. He never snapped. How toxic was that toy? Oh my gosh. Bulldogs with a 17-point lead. It looks like they may let the 3rd quarter clock run down. And they're going to, really? Wow. I guess they're going to, this is so odd. Okay, they're going to run a play, and they did. And it's Eddie Battle. Oh, no, it's Maurice Smith. Excuse me. Thank goodness. Not that I didn't want him to score a touchdown, but you never want to get that wrong. We're going to take a break after 3 quarters of play. The Bulldogs up 31-14. You're listening to Bulldog Football, the 2019 campaign at athletics.hancockcollege.edu.
Culligan has the equipment and experience necessary to serve all of your water needs, including water softening, reverse osmosis drinking water, salt-free solutions, bottle-free coolers, and water filtration systems for both residential and commercial properties. Community Bank of Santa Maria for Santa Maria style banking. That's what they call a home field advantage. Visit them online at yourcbsm.com or visit one of the branches located at 2739 Santa Maria Way or 1421 South Broadway in Santa Maria.
Welcome back to Allen Hancock College. The Bulldogs with a 17-point lead on the Lancers of Pasadena College. It's a 1st and 10 as we start this 4th quarter. Bulldogs with the ball on the Lancers 48. Garcia under center. Backs are in the eye. You don't see that very often. And Whitmill Jr. with the ball.
Pickup of about 3.5 yards. Yeah.
Sun is perfectly in our eyes here. Perfectly. One more weekend before the time change.
Was it changes the first
It changes
weekend?
on November, like 2nd or 3rd, whatever that is, and we have a game next week at home. So instead of the sun being in our eyes for only an hour, it'll be in our eyes for 2.
Oh, but the favorite.
Why do we change the clocks? Come on. So silly. I don't understand it.
The thing is, though, I mean, when we go down to Santa Barbara, it's such a beautiful stadium.
Oh, gosh, I love that. I love that stadium. How'd you get on board on that? You just love that stadium. Did you pay Steven off?
No.
You're like, here, Steven, here's a 20. I want to go to the Santa Barbara game.
There's a new rooster in the hen house.
You have been in the hen house a long time, my friend. Whitmill with a Bulldog first down. Will you remind me how many yards he had in the first half? Did he break 100?
100.
He did
yes.
break it. Okay, you knew that.
108 or 107.
It's a good day.
I referred to you when I said it, though, because you said that was one of the best halves he's had. 107 yards.
Garcia gives it to Maurice Smith. Do you notice that they're running in between the hash marks most of the time today?
Yeah.
We did talk about that a little bit, didn't we?
And you know, they're picking up about 3 yards here, 3 yards there. I mean,
they're working the clock, right?
absolutely.
Yeah. With a 17-point lead. It's an important win. If they hold on here. I just looked out the window. Whitmill Jr., he finds a hole on the near side. Oh, and he cuts middle.
Touchdown.
And what a block. Touchdown. DJ Whitmill Jr., a 34-yard touchdown run. What a block. What a block from Kajon Lakes. Did you see that block?
Yes, I did.
Wow, I hope I have the right guy. Just kidding. Thanks, Irvin. You know what? I'm just going to call you Wise Guy. It's not Irvin Kiger anymore. It's Wise Guy.
Oh, thank you for that.
Bulldogs now up 37-14. A 34-yard touchdown run for DJ Whitmill Jr. We're just talking about the day this kid is having.
His second touchdown on the day.
Zacharias in for the point after attempt. And it's good. It looked like it was blowing wide right, but it blew wide right after it went through. So it was good. It's now 38-14, Bulldogs with the lead, 12:36 remaining in the game. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu.
Home Motor Chevrolet, located at 1313 East Main in Santa Maria. Home Motors helps you find new roads.
Community Bank of Santa Maria for Santa Maria style banking. That's what they call a home field advantage. Visit them online at yourcbsm.com or visit one of the branches located at 2739 Santa Maria Way or 1421 South Broadway in Santa Maria.
Welcome back to Allen Hancock College. A 34-yard touchdown run by DJ Whitmill Jr. and a point after by Edgar Zacharias makes it 38-14 Bulldogs. E.J. Barrera, the holder for Cade England as he kicks off, moving from left to right. Lancers, less than a quarter remaining to try and get back in this game. It's dropped by the first special teams player, Justin Campbell.
Okay.
And luckily, he had a Lancer nearby that stayed on top of it and held on and tried to run it back. He didn't get much, but at least for the Lancers, no fumble on that kickoff.
Well, England takes it like a two-step drop and kicks the ball, and it's high in the air. The ball's floating. They allowed it to hit the ground. That was the first mistake they made. And then after that, whoever picked it up ran the wrong way.
James Dunn, I think, picked it up for the Lancers. 1st and 10 from their own 18.
Wentz still the quarterback, eh?
He is. He keeps it. Finds a hole on the near side. A big, actually wide lane to run. Gets a first down and runs out of bounds at the 38. 20-yard run by the quarterback.
Well, one thing about it, both quarterbacks that Pasadena has employed today are both really quick on their feet. And their strong suit seems to be the running more so than the actual putting the ball in the air. Of course, in this kind of wind, it's kind of hard to judge.
1st and 10 from the 38. Moses Gonzalez, the ball carrier for the first time today. The sophomore out of Garfield High School had 8 carries coming into the game. He gains 1 yard. Steve Moharo and his offensive coordinator Fred Fimbrace trying something new here to try and get back in this game with less than 12 minutes remaining. Wentz looks up the middle trying to find David Tellis, incomplete. McDonald covering that.
Yeah, McDonald back in the cover too, was playing center field for the Bulldogs.
John Fogarty?
John Fogarty, yes.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Oh my goodness, can you... CCR, he
yes,
says.
The CCNR. When music was music.
3rd and 9. He's sacked. He was sacked by Honus Wagner was in there.
I was watching downfield,
Wow.
and that play just took so long to develop that Wentz really never had a chance because of the fact that the rush was pretty profound from the Bulldogs.
4th and 17. The punt is up. It bounces and rolls all the way to the 20. John Barashon punting for the Lancers of Pasadena. Bulldogs now with 2 timeouts remaining, 10:28 left in the game, and a 24-point lead. And Matt Garcia will continue to call the plays, or signal the plays, for the Bulldogs.
Execute, how's that?
There you go. 1st and 10 from the 22.
What's the penalty for?
It's an official. Oh, wow. Illegal substitution against the defense. So it'll be a 1st and 5 from the 27. Rayner from Havelock High School in North Carolina.
A long way from home, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. We've got North Carolina, Georgia, Missouri, Pennsylvania, Alaska, obviously California, Hawaii,
Illinois,
Samoa. Second and 3. Battling. Loss of a couple yards, it looks like.
Yeah, there wasn't anywhere for him to go.
No, I think we hit all the states represented. Texas by the Bulldogs. My goodness. A lot of Georgia this year. Oklahoma. I just missed Oklahoma. Trent Kimmel's from Oklahoma.
We had a kid a couple of years ago
Colorado.
that was from Texas, and his parents flew in every weekend.
Who was that? I remember that. It's a 3rd and 2. Rayner gets a 1st down.
And
Finds more running down the far sideline, crosses midfield. Terrence Rayner. Nice run by the freshman. And it's a 1st down for the Bulldogs.
Got out around that left edge.
20-yard run. Wow, it looked like he must have stepped out.
See, I like that call because, I mean, the Bulldogs have been going quite a bit between the tackles.
Running on the outside, yes.
Yeah, just going out around the edge.
20-yard gain. 1st and 10 from the 50.
Ooh.
Whoa, Battle runs into...
How can he give him back to the line of scrimmage? He was nailed in the backfield, wasn't he?
Sheesh. He lost a yard.
Sure looked to me like he lost more than that.
Yeah. Not consciousness, but man. Seems okay as he comes to the sideline, but my gosh. Goodness. 2nd and 11. Rayner. Rayner's in the backfield on the 2nd and 11. Rolling to the near side, Garcia finds Jerome Affe.
Nice
He
catch.
caught it right over the head of the defensive back, Sebastian Ramos, who's 5'8", 175. Jerome Affe, who's 6'4", 260, literally caught it above the kid's head.
You know, that's the third pass that a tight end has caught today for the Bulldogs, and I really quite like going to the tight ends a little more.
Yes, 16-yard pickup for the Bulldogs on the Affe reception. 1st and 10 from the Lancer 34. 7:15. Clicking on the clock. Eddie Battle back in there. Well, at least he's not afraid to get back into the mix after getting hit the way he had been hit 2 plays ago. And he gains 5.
Eddie Battle, 6'1", 235 pounds. He does not look 215 pounds. Sorry, he doesn't look 215 pounds to me. I guess maybe midway through the season you do drop a few. I know I have.
Rayner. Right between the tackles. Terrence Rayner. 3-yard gain. Third and 2. 16 remaining on the clock. Battle back in the backfield. Kajon Lakes and Young split wideouts. And it's Battle again. Whew. He might. Looks like he got a first down.
Yeah, I don't think they ever brought him down, did they?
He's staying in. Eddie Battle. Oh, no, it's a quick switch. Here comes Terrence Rayner.
What do you think Whit Mill's been given the rest of the afternoon
Maybe. I don't see him in the trainer's tent. Doesn't look like he's injured. 5.5 minutes remaining. 38-14. Bulldogs with a lead on the 1st and 10. Rayner. He seems to run right to the left of the tackles every time.
A lot of bodies in there right towards the line of scrimmage, isn't there?
Yes. That's what we talked about earlier in the game with all those linemen on the line for the defense, only a couple in the secondary. Why not throw? But when you're trying to run down the clock with a 24-point lead, it doesn't really matter. And the wind, the blustery wind, the angry wind of Santa Maria, California.
You know, we're spoiled here when it comes to the weather.
Oh, come on. We're spoiled with everything. Delay a game against the Bulldogs. It'll be a 2nd and 14.
But I actually put the heater on the other night for the first time this year.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't have heat. I live in a beach cottage. I had blankets.
I got a 130-pound dog.
Oh my! Does he sleep in the bed with you?
No, he'll get up in there and
Harry Potter is his name.
Let me stroke him.
Yes.
Mr. Potter.
Mr. Harry Potter, just like Mr. Robinson, my dog's name. We have similar dog names. Yours is Mr. Harry Potter, but it's really Mr. Potter. And mine's Mr. Jackie Robinson, and it's really Mr. Robinson.
Mr. P went to the spa last week. He looks so good.
I wonder how he feels.
Oh, he's got a kerchief around his neck, a Halloween one.
Oh, gosh. First down for the Bulldogs with 4:03 remaining in the game, a 24-point lead. And they're now threatening again. Eddie Battle got tripped up early by Mark Navarro. Gain of 3. Ball's on the 9-yard line.
That's the 11th play this drive.
Wow. And
9
the clock
rushes.
is definitely using the clock.
Oh, yeah. Perfect drive by the Bulldogs.
Solid execution by the coaching staff as well. Solid. Looks like it's a pass. What a pass. What a surprise. Who is that? Oh my goodness. Joseph Maycote, a fullback from Santa Maria High. He's not even on my radar. And he caught a pass.
Good for him.
From Matt Garcia for a first down.
First and goal for the Bulldogs.
They didn't play with each other in Santa Maria, though, because Garcia played at Pioneer Valley. Oh, they knew Battle was getting the ball, and they caught him before he even got to the line of scrimmage. Wow. Joseph Maycote, or Mayot. Maycott? Oh, my gosh, I don't know.
Now, do you use this for next week?
No, I don't. I don't use what I do is I lay the new charts next to the old one, and I use the same number. So I'll add his number to my chart, but I'll have a different, because the stats all change.
Of course.
That's why it takes me so long to get ready for a game. Look at this. It's color-coded, too. Terrence Rayner. A 4-yard gain. And there's a flag after the play. A little chitter-chatter. Just wow. That's a 15-yard penalty.
And who was it called on?
He didn't say a number. It was unsportsmanlike conduct, but he didn't say the number. You think so? And it was right where Rayner was tackled. Yeah, he did. He looked like he did. 3rd and 16. It's 3rd and goal from the 16. And Garcia looking to pass all alone and open for a Jerome Offay touchdown. Jerome Offay's first touchdown this year. Wow, all alone in the left side of the end zone. And it was a floater. Wow, Jerome Offay, the sophomore. Bartlett High School. It's 44-14. With a minute and a half remaining. The kick is up. It's good. It's now a 31-point ball game. Bulldogs with the lead. It's all over but the singing. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu.
American Star Trailways is much more than an average bus company. Family owned and locally operated for the past 25 years, American Star Trailways has been the local charter bus company for San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara County residents and visitors alike, providing transportation service for an afternoon, a week, or a long-term contract. American Star Trailways, making travel an enjoyable part of your experience.
Well, that was a 15-play, 80 yards, took off 8 minutes and 50 seconds. Exactly what Chris Dutra and his staff dialed up for, right?
No question.
Yeah,
Played the clock perfectly.
absolutely.
Kick by Kate England. Fielded at the 24. James Dunn returns the kick.
Whit Mill plays special teams on the kickoff team, eh?
Wow. You don't see that often, though. I don't think we've called his name before.
And it's on the 30-yard line.
First and 10. Lancers with a minute 30. On the option. This is when the Bulldogs need to behave themselves.
Yes.
How was the sportsmanship in at Antelope Valley? Not bad. Not bad. Maybe yeah. West LA it wasn't so great, and 2 weeks ago here it wasn't so great.
That was against Citrus, right?
Yeah. Second and 3 for the Lancers. There's actually, I don't know, is this a new quarterback? 45? I think it is. Hold on a second here. Yeah. 45, Sal Chavez, a linebacker, is playing quarterback. Is it okay to laugh at that? I mean, because that is kind of ridiculous, but maybe trying to keep the quarterbacks healthy for the next few plays. Just hand the ball off each time to Tellis, and he's handing the ball off, and then he's going up to block, going downfield to block. He's busy. Do they only have 10 men on the field then because he counts for two, a linebacker and a quarterback? Just kidding. I know the answer to that. This one is Gonzalez, the ball carrier, and that's the game. We will come back with the statistics for the 45-14 win. Bulldogs, their first Pacific League win of the year. For Irvin Kiger, I'm CJ Silas. We will come back for your game statistics. Your Bulldogs win it against Pasadena, 45-14. You're listening, as you always do, to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. Welcome back to Allen Hancock College, where the Bulldogs win it 45-14 over the Lancers of Pasadena. The Bulldogs now 4-2 overall, 1-0 in Pacific League action. The Lancers now 2-4, 0-1 in Pacific League play. Irvin Kiger, your highlight of the day, the best moment of your week, the game statistics.
Thank you, CJ. As we look back and ponder on the statistics of the game that we've just watched, Pasadena had 258 yards on the ground, 150 yards through the air for 408 total yards. Allen Hancock had 265 yards on the ground, 161 yards through the air for 426 yards. You look at the yardage and you think the game was reasonably close. But it
wasn't.
No. It was that second quarter that really did in Pasadena. When they gave up that touchdown just before halftime, it really hurt them. Individually, Wentz, who ended up playing most of the game because Edward Norton got hurt, was 5'11", 60 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Edward Norton was 9 of 14 for 90 yards, 1 touchdown, and no interceptions. Wentz carried the ball 9 times for 38 yards. Edward Norton 7 times for 111 yards, aided by that 67-yard fake punt. Gonzalez carried the ball 5 times for 18 yards. Gurung carried the ball 8 times for 59 yards, and Darnell Williams 4 times for 20 yards. In the receiving, Pendleton caught 2 for 17. Campbell 1 for 33. Tellis, 9 catches for 81 yards. Tellis, that was that quick young kid, number 1. And Jabari Kendall caught 2 for 19. For Allen Hancock, Garcia was 9 of 12, 161 yards, 1 touchdown. Very efficient through the air today for the Bulldogs. Garcia carried the ball 1 time for a minus 10 yards. Maurice Smith 9 times for 43 and a touchdown. Eddie Battle 14 times for 25 yards. Terrence Rayner 9 times for 41 yards. And Whitmill, as had been the case most of the year, 13 times for 166 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Wow, what a day.
Yes. Michael Dutra, tight end, 1 catch for 38 yards. Ray Young, 3 catches for 51 yards. Jerome Afe, 3 catches, another tight end for 62 yards and a touchdown. Holden, 1 catch for 7 yards, and Aviles, 1 catch for 3 yards. There you have it, CJ.
Well, I appreciate it, and I hope to see you back here next week where the Corsairs of Santa Monica come to town. A 2 o'clock kickoff right here from Allen Hancock College. Game number 2 in Pacific League action at home. The Bulldogs and the Corsairs. Then on the road to take on Santa Barbara the first weekend in November. Home again to L.A. Pierce, and then closing out the season, the regular season, on the road at L.A. Harbor. For Brian Dill and Irvin Kiger, the final score once again 45-14. I'm CJ Silas. You've been listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu.